Hey everybody, very good morning. The final day of trading in this February second week, and as well as the important date also. This is going to be because of today's, as like we discussed about the Monday's one, the ninth high and low is going to be an important one, like that has acted well. Because of that only, consecutively it has moved slightly higher and even closed about 25,740 because of that Monday's high broke activity only. So that kind of thing can be expected in today's one because it is going to be the trend decider for the next week, and mostly importantly than today's, the Monday's one is going to act like anything because as per the behaviorally key dates in the month of February 2026, the 16th of February, following with even 18th also we can see. So that 16th is most important than others. So that would be concentrated and monitored closely. But anyhow, prior to that 16th of February's actions and all, this today's high and low will also be directing the market trend for the next week. For particularly on the Monday's trend, how it should be, how it may be opening or doing the course. For that and all, today's high and low will be noted and trade accordingly. Anyhow, till now, the behavior what suggests the traders means. As per yesterday's one, it was not any different between the recent three sessions after Monday we have taken. Tuesday's one, Wednesday, and Thursday. All these 3 days session was with an indecisive manner. Yes, slight upward attempts have already taken, but it could not sustain because of the lack of follow through buying. This has been discussed in yesterday's session even. Because of that lack of following the buying activities, even though it has confirmed above consistent close above the 25,740, the unusual disturbance or unusual behavior from any sector we can take for this particular season, this is IT. Yes, because of IT sectors fallout and selling spree is being witnessed on the IT stocks that totally disturbed the behavior of Nifty, which had attempted to move higher with the confirmation of closing about 25,740. Because of this disturbance, what may be expected means from today's one, we can expect some volatile trade. This volatility will not lead the day traders to take a decision on the which side of action or direction one can follow like. Probably the opening, as mentioned here in the report, would be on the negative side, whether it is 100 point or 151, that and all, not a matter here, because the main or a core thing should be noted. If the Nifty right from the first 1 hour in any 1 hour time frame sustaining below or closing below, at least a close below 25,740 happens, means the day traders get the signal about the downward trend is again going to resume with the confirmation of closing below 25,740 level, starting from 1 hour time frame. If it is additionally by closing 25,740 in any 1 hour, if it is impactful, if it is first 1 hour, it is closing below the 25,740. But anyhow, additional 1 hour closing or a continuous sustainability, if the Nifty is moving or trading below the 25,740, means that sustained trade below particular point would make the index to attract more selling, particularly in case of any bounce it is trying, where one can see the additional positions can be built or additional positions will be increased around the bouncing zone or otherwise the resistance point interim to the 25,740 between 25,900, wherever it is, 25,800 it can be, 850 it can be, until 900, until it is closing decisively above 25,960 level. Any bounces can be treated as an opportunity for building the short positions. So by the way of applying this strategy with a sell on the rise bias, by utilizing these approaches, one can get the maximum gains from doing these short practices, but provided the confirmation should be taken through the way of observing a hourly close below 25,740 at least for 1 hour. More than 1 hour, a good jackpot will be there for the short builders, because if it is sustaining more than 1 hour or giving signal by closing below to that point, more than a hour means 25,449 as a interim range shift zone will be retested. That is what the prediction for the Nifty. So one can make utilizing the strategies and levels here we have clearly given for us. And from the positional perspective, the trend, even though closing about 25,740, it could not sustain because of the disruptions done by the IT sector oriented stocks. And as long as this IT's fallout is being continued, even though the 25,740 is getting recaptured, there one should watch whether the recapturing activities having the follow through activities in terms of buying along with the decisive volume breakout. So the volume will be playing a key role in the next attempt of giving the confirmation on the upside. In case of absence of the volume there, even though the confirmation above closing may not be worked out. For that, you have to additionally add the next resistance point of 26,300. If it is breaking 26,300, there we can confirm the trend has reversed like. Until then, every rise probably attracting selling. So this much of deeper sense we have to spread with you all, make you all aware how the market's actually reacting now, particularly from the IT. If you are having any positions on the IT on the long side, better to utilize any bounce to totally exit if you are a short-term trader. For the investor, you can utilize these dips and all to get accumulation or otherwise better average in prices in the way of further buying. But for the traders, it would not be advisable to hold positions on the IT stocks right from the major TCS Infosys till the smaller companies, which is highly having exposure with the US based one. So that would be better to concentrate and take the actions accordingly. From today's sectoral list, we can have more impactful one from the sectors listed here, like banking, finance. That would be having the highest participation in today's move as well as in Monday's one. Probably bank index may be giving a downward rally of 700 to 1000 points in today's one. If it is not happening, Monday we can expect. Most probably today we can see the reaching of 750 would be there. Along with that, in line with the banking activities, the finance sector also will be expected. IT with a negative bias, negative trend would be expected to continue for the IT sectors with a sell on rise. Oil and gas, starting with the ONGC's movement, the Mahanagar Gas, Indraprastha Gas Limited, like gas companies are having some momentum today. With a mixed manner, one can approach oil and gas sector. Even energy also, with the participation of OMCs, Reliance Industries, the energy sector also would be expected to dominate some movement-based activities. Metal sector would be impacting the downward trend on the Nifty by the way of sowing or by the way of attracting selling under the metal stocks, except it for any other steel-oriented stocks that are all not having a severe selling pressure here. But the starting with the aluminum-oriented like Hindalco based on the result, and National Aluminum also likely to attract the selling. Along with it, the mining-oriented Hindustan, zinc and copper may further add the pressure in terms of selling on the metal sector. Pharmaceutical would be noted and concentrated in a high active manner because as we have already pronounced and even discussed about this in the weekly market outlook meeting session, the pharma sector would make a clear trajectory for upward movements that may not be having a very short period, because the longest period the pharma sector already got consolidated and got movements under the a bigger range, that what now gets broken and trying to move further up. From the positional perspective, for the next few months, pharmaceutical sector and oriented stocks can be focused for building long positions instead of increasing your weight on the frontline sectors like we discussed, like bank and finance and all. It is better to reduce your positions there by the way of booking profits or slightly even booking loss. It is better to concentrate on defensive sectors, particularly from pharmaceutical one. Large cap pharmaceutical along with the diagnostic laboratory oriented stocks will be in focus under the pharmaceutical for the next at least 3 months. This is very minimum period we are giving as a projection. For the next 6 months to 1 year period, it would be slowly in an accelerated manner, the growth will be there on the pharma sector. Make a note of it and do the practices accordingly. For today also, the pharma sector would be helping the index to defend the fall, which may not be having in a higher way because of the pharma sector's participation. From the sectors, stocks front, the stocks including the news-based one and earnings-based one, starting with Hindustan Unilever, ONGC, Hindustan Aeronautics, Coal India, Hindalco Industries, Muthoot Finance, Lupin, Biocon, Bharat Forge, and Engineers India. These stocks can be focused by the day traders for getting an enhanced trading opportunities. The results-oriented stocks include Torrent Pharmaceuticals, Info Edge, GMR Airports, Elchem Laboratories, Siemens Energy, IPCA Laboratories, NBCC India, Kfin Technologies, Inox Wind, Fortis Health. These are all announcing their December ended quarter numbers. Because of the heightened volatility is expected and the decision is going to be based on today's high and low, and tomorrow, that means the next trading session on Monday, 16th of February is 1, also will be decided based on today's movement. It is very important to keep the stop loss across the transactions. That's it from today's pre-market discussion. There are some queries, I think we can see it. IT sector today, the Nifty will go up or down. So probability already discussed. The IT sector probably, even though if there is any bounce, that will not have any strength to lift the IT sector and IT stocks prices up. So the bounces can be utilized. However, the IT sector's negativity till now formed probably will be continuing. We are expecting from the IT space, say for example, based on the level, we can now confirm you. See, the IT sector probably expected to move or correct further up to 10% at least. It is breaking, if it is breaking. 31,000. So probably it may be getting broken easily. So 31,000 below, it should not move or it should not close. So if it is happening, the 10% of correction can be expected on the IT sector side. So make a decision based on that. If you are holding any long, it is as advised earlier, it is better to reduce or exit. Silver mini call option is there. See, as of now, the silver and gold is having a chance to recover or bounce with a temporary strength. The strength may not be expected to continue. The probability for silver and gold attracting the selling by having the yesterday's one as resistance point, you can utilize that bounces to reduce your positions or booking the profits and exit. It is not advisable to hold multiple lots in the call option side or long side, since the activity is cooking in the way of attracting the selling. For silver and gold, particularly for gold, today's one will be deciding the next 1 week's trade, particularly 17th of February will be the key date for gold. The silver also will be following the same. So the 17th of February should be noted. Until then, it is better to be lighter in the positions or otherwise avoid taking position on either side. So that is what I advise from silver and the gold perspective. Thank you for participating in today's session. We will meet again on Monday, the 16th of 1. Make a note of today's high and low and take a trade on Monday. Until then, it is better to keep lighter in position, whether it is short or long. If the confirmation as described by the way of closing below 25,740 in the hourly time frame, you can increase the position on short side. Have a productive day. Thank you. Bye-bye.